Dear students, we are going to do module 24, valuation of perquisites. Just like allowances, it's a theory chapter or a theory module, theoretical explanation. What do you mean by perquisites? The term perquisites means anything additional you are getting that will make you happy. If you get a gardener or if you are getting servants, if you are getting cook, based on the position, IAS officers, IPS officers, ministers, MLAs, MPs and all, they are all entitled to free conveyance, all this they will get. So these are all perquisites. So how will be the valuation of these perquisites? Perquisites can be divided into three perquisites. We short form we will write perks. Just like that Cadbury perks, that is we are writing exempted for all employees, exempted for all employees, taxable for all employees and taxable for specified employees. So these three classifications. So here first you have to remember perks exempted for all employees. One is free medical facilities or reimbursement of medical expenditure provided from the employer's own source. That meaning if it's a hospital, then they can provide free medical facilities to their employees. Free refreshment supplied during the office hours except for free meals. Tea, coffee, snacks, cool drinks or anything if they supply, it's exempted. But if they are getting free meals, it will be taxable. Free recreational facilities provided by the employer. Now most of the multinational companies, they have well equipped playgrounds, the gym, all these facilities, whatever they will ask for, cafeteria. So these are all exempted. Then provision of telephones including mobile phones given by the employer to facilitate the business of the employer. Sometimes you will get mobile phone, laptop and all if you are working in marketing field because the employee should be available 24/7. So that is the advantage. Now free education to children provided by the employer from its own resources and the value of such benefit does not exceed ₹1,000 per month per child. That meaning if the employer is running an educational institution, to their employees' children, they can provide educational facilities provided the value of such education will not exceed ₹1,000 per child. Leave travel concession. This is for government employees if it's given twice in a block of 4 years. Free conveyance provided to the employer to employee for going and coming from place of employment. In a congested city like Bangalore, most of the companies are providing transport services. That is exempted because it will help the employees to reach on time in the office. Then accident insurance premium paid by the employer for his own benefit. If anything happens to the employee in the working hours, in the office premises, employer has to pay compensation. So most of the employers will take insurance policy for, in case of any accident or any claim from the employee, they can pay from this insurance claim. So that's for the employer's benefit because during working hours if something happens to the employee. Now cost of refresher course attended by employee is met by the employer whether paid in India or abroad. Because when an employee is attending a refresher course, then whatever he has learned he will show it in the work. So that employer will get the benefit. Perquisites meaning if employee is getting any benefit, personal benefit, then it will be taxable. So here and now whatever we are explaining, employer is getting the benefit. Though it's for to help the employees, employer is actually getting the benefit. Now free ration received by members of the armed forces. You know that they have the army canteen, they will get a subsidized rate. Now perquisites allowed by government to its employees posted abroad. If a central government employee is posted abroad, whatever allowances like ambassadors of the country and all the perquisites are exempted. They will get gardener, cook, free conveyance, everything. You name the item, that is their perquisite, it will be completely exempted. Now any rent-free residential accommodation to judges of Supreme Court and High Court, it's exempted. Conveyance facilities to judges of Supreme Court and High Court because they have to travel with security that is provided by the government, it's exempted. Now goods sold by an employer to an employee at a concessional rate. If a company engaged in manufacturing field, they will be selling their products to employees at concessional rate. So that is exempted. Now rent-free house given to an officer of Office of Parliament or Union Minister, Leader of Opposition in Parliament, Chairman and other members of UPSC. This is exempted. Now any amount contributed by the employer towards pension or life insurance plan designed for retirement. So this also is for the benefit of the employee, but it's mainly for the employer because death happens while in service. They have to pay compensation. Employer's contribution to staff group insurance scheme. Most of the companies will have institutions will have group insurance scheme to protect any calamities that can happen, and the employer will be asked to pay the compensation. So from the group insurance they can pay that. Now computers and laptops given for official or personal use. So this also it is exempted. Though it's official use or personal use, because the idea is employee should be available 24/7. Transfer of movable asset like car or electronic items used by the employer for more than 10 years and transferred to the employee without consideration. This most of the IT companies will do. They will transfer the used asset to the employee. More than 10 years. Now accident insurance premium paid by employer for his own benefit. If the benefit goes to the employee, it is taxable. So that is in the workplace if something happens. Like that, if the claim is provided, then it's exempted. But if personal benefit of the employee, it will be taxable. Now reimbursement of COVID-19 treatment expenses by the employer. Rent-free accommodation given in a remote area. Those who are working in army and all, they will get that. So it's completely exempted. Now free meals provided in a remote area or at offshore installation. This is also for army, navy people and all. Now interest-free loan or loan given at a concessional rate up to rupees 20,000. Up to rupees 20,000. If the amount is exceeding 20,000, the rate, interest rate charged by the SBI we will calculate. On that basis we will do the computation. Up to 20,000 is exempted. Loan from employer. Now if loan is taken for medical treatment, then also it is fully exempted. Now value of shares or debentures given free of cost or at concessional rate to employees under stock option scheme approved by the central government. It's very important, approved by the central government. So stock option scheme, if most of the employers are giving now to retain the talented employees, then they will feel that they are also part of the owners. Or they accumulate more shares and they will also get the benefits enjoyed by the company. Now important points regarding exempted perquisites. If treatment is taken from a private hospital, it is fully taxable. Only government hospitals, this exemption will be eligible. Now any fixed medical allowance given to employees is fully taxable. See for example, an employee is getting 5,000 per month as medical allowance. It's fully taxable. Next, if medical treatment is taken for specified diseases, it is fully exempted. Alzheimer's, cancer, HIV, all that list of diseases are there, that is fully exempted. Now for medical treatment or any employee or member of its family outside India, if medical expenses are paid or reimbursed by the employer, it's exempted up to the amount permitted by the RBI. That RBI rates we have to see on that basis. It will be provided in the question. Now, perks taxable for all employees. Rent-free accommodation and concessional rental accommodation that we are explaining as the next module. Obligation of employee met by the employer, for example, gas and electricity bill, education bill of children, income tax of the employee. See, when it is taxable, always it's easy to remember your obligation employer is meeting, your personal obligation, your club membership, your education expenses of the children. All this, if they are paying, employer is paying, then it is fully taxable. Gas, electricity, gardener, cook. Employee has to pay. When he is appointing the gardener, cook and all, they have to pay. If employer is paying, it is a perquisite. Now professional tax of the employee. If employer is paying, it's fully taxable. Life insurance premium paid by the employer, fully taxable. Traveling or touring facilities, club facility, use of movable assets, transfer of movable assets, anything like that, it will be taxed. It will be completely taxable. Now salary of servants employed by the employee, because we are appointing, we have to pay salary. If employer is paying, it's a perquisite. Employer meets private expenses of the car. It is fully taxable. Official, it's exempted. Personal expenses, taxable. Interest-free or concessional loan provided to the employee, taxable. More than 20,000, taxable. Food or beverage facility, credit card facility, all these are taxable. Now third point, taxable only for specified employees. education facility for children or family members. Now first we have to see who are specified employees. Specified employee meaning if he is a director of a company or if an employee with substantial interest in the ownership of the company. How we will decide? If he is having 20% or more equity shares of the company. Third is if an employee's salary is more than rupees 50,000 per annum. It's not month. That meaning most of us, even a casual worker will be a specified employee. It's not monthly salary, it's yearly salary 50,000. Now what is salary for this purpose? Salary includes all monetary benefits and after deductions under section 16. Deductions under section 16 we are taking as a separate module. Now specified employees, what are taxable? Education facility for children or family members, car or any other automotive conveyance, medical facility, gas, water and electricity facility, free transport allowed by employer engaged in the transport business, services of domestic servants including sweeper, watchman, gardener provided by the employer. Here they have to pay. Employee is appointing them, they have to pay. If employer is paying, it is taxable. Now one more important point is regarding valuation of car. This usually it will come in the question. So car owned or hired by employer and used only for official purposes, there is no perquisite. Employer's benefit only the car is used. Only for official, there is no perquisite. But if its car is used for official and personal expenses, personal purposes, computation is divided into 4. First one, if expenses are met or reimbursed by the employer. Employee is spending, he is showing the bill, employer is reimbursing. Second, if cubic capacity of the engine does not exceed 1.6 liters, rupees 1,800 per month. These values you have to remember. If cubic capacity of the engine exceeds 1.6 liters, it's rupees 2,400 per month. Now second point is if the employee meets personal running expenses of the car. So if the employee meets the personal running expenses. So that meaning if cubic capacity does not exceed 1.6 liters, rupees 600 per month. Cubic capacity exceeds 1.6 liters, rupees 900 per month. If driver is also provided, again for driver rupees 900 per month will be added. Now if car is owned by employee and expenses are met or reimbursed by the employer, it's used only for official purpose, there is no perquisite. But if the car is used for personal and official purposes, 1,800 per month for small cars and 2,400 for big cars. Small car is cubic capacity up to 1,600. If it's exceeding, it's called as a big car. If driver is provided, rupees 900 will be charged as additional value of perk. Now two mark questions. What is fringe benefits? Any benefit that I want to explain, because usually they will ask for 2 marks. Fringe benefits meaning any benefit given to an employee as part of salary or other than cash. I told you salary is divided into different components. Basic salary, HRA, DA, CCA, so many components. So example, fringe benefit, car, interest-free loan and private health care. This will be taxable for all employees. Now the last term I want to explain, profit in lieu of salary. This is given under section 17, subsection 3. Any compensation received or termination of employment or retirement. Say for example, government employees, pension will get, retirement will get, gratuity will get, provident fund. All these are called profit in lieu of salary, in addition to salary. These payments are fully taxable if it is not exempted under section 10. Section 10 you have to remember, it's exempted income. So here you have to remember for government employees, gratuity, leave encashment, commuted value of pension, all these are exempted. But if they are getting in private sector, it will be fully taxable. So this is what I wanted to explain in this module. Happy learning. Thank you.